Sometimes you might receive a film to work on, but the film was sent to you as a single file. So you will face a problem here. Let's make the preview a bit larger. This is a single file, which means that this will be imported as a single file into DaVinci Resolve. So every effect I apply to the file is going to be applied to every shot in the film, and this is not what I want to do. I want to be able to work on every shot separately. There is always the option to import the file and separate the shots manually, but that will take a very long time. Resolve offers a very easy way to perform this complex task without us having to go through a lengthy process of importing a single file and cutting it manually. To automate this complex task, just right-click on the file and select Scene Cut Detection. This is the Scene Cut Detection window, and this is the file we want to import from beginning to end. First, I'm going to tell Resolve to analyze the file. I can do that by simply clicking Auto Scene Detect. What happened here is that Resolve went through the entire file and tried to determine where cuts are happening. So this is the entire file, and these green lines are where cuts are happening. So DaVinci is telling us that this is a shot, and this is a shot, and this is a third shot. We can simply play these shots. So I'll place the playhead here, and notice that when the playhead reaches this point, we'll move from one shot to the next. And then the next one, and the next one. Notice that the green lines vary in height. So here we have a full length green line, and this is a short green line. For the tall lines, Resolve is confident that there's a cut happening here, and the shorter the line is, the less confident Resolve is about the existence of a cut here. So let's take a look at this line. I'll place the playhead right before the line, play and watch the monitor. Obviously there is a cut. However, if there was no cut here and we wanted Resolve to ignore this cut, we need to adjust the threshold line. This entire line here can be moved up or down. I can drag it up or down to change the threshold. Notice that once we drag the threshold above a green line, the green line turns gray, which means that Resolve is going to ignore this cut and treat this entire section as one clip. Let's drag the threshold back down because there was actually a cut here. And now to add every cut here as a single clip into Resolve, I can simply select Add Cuts to Media Pool. And now Resolve is asking about the frame rate because this is the first piece of footage we're importing into this Resolve project. So Resolve is telling us that the frame rate of the file we're importing is different than the frame rate of the Resolve project. It's asking us whether it should change the project's frame rate to match the imported footage frame rate. So I'll simply hit change, then I'll go ahead and close the Scene Cut Detect window. Note that now Resolve imported the file, but instead of having a single file, we now have multiple files. And now to recreate the original timeline with this footage, I simply have to go to Edit, and this is the media pool. In order to create a new timeline from these files, but preserve the same exact order that was in the original file, I have to click this icon here. So now I'm viewing the files as a list. And if I scroll to the right, I have a column here for Start TC or Start Time Code. I have to make sure that I'm sorting these clips using the Start Time Code by clicking on this icon and make sure that it's in this position. Then I'm going to select all the clips by selecting the first clip, holding Shift and selecting the last one. And now I can simply drag them to the timeline area. And now Resolve just created a new timeline and it imported these clips with the new exact sequence that was in the original file. And now if I go to color, these are my shots imported and I can start working on my color. However, if I look at these shots, I notice that there are originally 4 shots, not 3, but I only have 3 here. Obviously there was a shot that was not detected by the scene cut detection. I'm gonna have to cut this shot manually. So I'll go to edit and let's zoom in into our shots, and these are my shots. Notice that Resolve considered this part to be one continuous single shot. However, if I move the playhead here, you can see that this is a different shot than the shot before it. So there is a cut here that was not detected. So I'll simply zoom in a bit and place my playhead exactly on the first frame of the shot that was not detected. And I'll click on the razor tool here and I'm going to cut this shot manually. And that's all. If I go back to the color tab, now I have 4 different shots. Let's say you wanted to treat all these 4 shots as one shot, or maybe Resolve just cut a shot into its own clip by mistake. You can also group these shots. I can go back to edit and come to the 4 shots here, select the 4 shots that I want to group, right click and select new compound clip. Just give it a name, I'll hit create. Now note that the 4 shots became one single shot. If I switch back to color now, I have only one single shot. So you can always cut a single shot manually if it was not detected. And you can even group shots to treat them as one shot.